All right, let's talk about something that I think a lot of us feel kind of insecure about. That feeling that you're always jumping from one thing to the next. But what if I told you that being a quitter isn't a weakness at all? What if it's actually the key to your biggest superpower?
You know the feeling, right? You get super into playing guitar for like 3 months. You buy all the gear and then suddenly you're obsessed with learning Japanese. Or you start a coding class, get the hang of the basics, and next thing you know, you're deep in a rabbit hole about ancient architecture. That little voice in your head that whispers, you never finish anything? Yeah, it can get pretty loud.
And this is usually the reason why. We've all had this phrase thrown at us, but here's the thing. Almost nobody ever says the full quote, which is, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. We just get stuck with that first part, and it's turned into this criticism, this label for anyone who seems to lack focus. Well, today, we're going to tear that idea apart.
So let's just toss out those old, tired labels. It's time to reframe the whole thing. Let's talk about having an M-shaped mind. It's a totally new and way more accurate way to look at your curiosity and how your brain actually works.
This right here is where it all clicks. Look at this. Instead of jack of all trades, think M-shaped mind. You're not unfocused, you're just incredibly curious. And this is the big one. You are not a quitter, you are a pattern seeker. And trust me, that isn't just playing with words. It's a complete change in how you see yourself.
So why does this even happen? Why do we get bored and move on? Is it some kind of character flaw? Absolutely not. The answer is actually in our brain chemistry. It's a concept called the novelty dopamine gap. And this is where the science gets really, really cool.
Okay, so here's the deal. When you start learning something new, your brain gives you a little hit of dopamine. That's the feel-good chemical. It's like a reward. But once your brain figures out the basic pattern of how that thing works, that dopamine rush starts to fade away. It's not that you're bored or lazy, it's that your brain has solved the puzzle and is now saying, okay, cool, got it, what's next? It's hungry for a new challenge.
And this cycle really breaks it down perfectly. You find something new and exciting, your brain gets that awesome dopamine rush, you learn super fast and figure out the core of it, and then the reward system moves on. Your brain isn't broken, it's just being incredibly efficient. It's an engine that's built for curiosity.
So all of this pattern seeking, this jumping between different fields, it's not for nothing. It's actually building something amazing in the background. It's building your secret superpower. It's called far transfer, and it's exactly what makes an M-shaped mind so incredibly valuable. Think of far transfer like this. It's your brain's unique ability to see the hidden connections between all the different things you've learned. So you don't just have a random pile of skills you never finished. Oh no, you have a mental toolbox that is packed with fundamental patterns you can use to solve problems almost anywhere.
Let's make this real for a second. Let's say you spent a year or so learning music theory. You were learning about rhythm, harmony, structure, the basic patterns that make a piece of music really work.
And now, when you're looking at a screen full of computer code, you're not just seeing random text. Your brain starts to recognize things, syntax, logic, structure. You can spot the patterns and how different parts relate to each other because you already trained your brain to see those exact kinds of relationships in music. That right there, that's far transfer in action. It's amazing.
Okay, so why is this so important in the real world? Well, we live in an economy that is changing faster than ever. New jobs pop up, old ones disappear. Having this ability makes you unbelievably resilient. In fact, for all intents and purposes, it makes you unbreakable.
Just look at these advantages. You're not just someone who can survive change. You're literally built to thrive in it. Think about it. A specialist who only knows one thing is fragile. If their field gets disrupted, they're in trouble. But you see the big picture. You spot connections no one else does. And you can pick up new skills at lightning speed because you've basically mastered the skill of learning itself.
So let's bring this all home. That old saying we started with, jack of all trades, master of none, it's got it all wrong. Your journey through all these different interests hasn't left you with a bunch of half-finished projects. It has woven a powerful safety net of skills, patterns, and insights that makes you uniquely prepared for whatever the future throws at you.
So that leaves us with one last big question for you to think about. Given your completely unique path, all the different things you've learned and loved, take a look at the world. What problems, what connections, what brilliant ideas, what unconnected dots are out there that only you can see? That's not a flaw, that's your superpower.